In today's session, we are going to learn kinds of quadrilaterals and their properties, and we are going to start with exercise 3.3. Take out page number 44 in your maths textbook. We are going to start with kinds of quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals are named on the basis of the sides or angles. Our first type is trapezium. Trapezium is a quadrilateral in which a pair of opposite side is parallel. As you can see in the figure, the pair of the opposite side is marked with an arrow, which shows that these two sides are parallel. So this type of quadrilaterals are called trapezium. Now we start with the second type of quadrilateral, that is kite. Kite is a quadrilateral with two pairs of equal consecutive sides. As you can see in the figure, that sides with the same marking are equal. In this first figure, if you observe, AB and AD both are equal. Similarly, BC and CD are equal. So consecutive sides, two pairs of consecutive sides you can see in this quadrilateral. So this type of quadrilateral is called kite. Now, if I draw a diagonal from A to C and from B to D, then you will find that the longer diagonal will bisect the shorter diagonal and are also perpendicular to each other. Now, from this figure, you can say that major angle B is equal to major angle D, but major angle A is not equal to major angle C. Now, we start with the third type of quadrilateral, parallelogram. As the name suggests, it has something connected to the parallel lines. As you can see in the figure, AB is parallel to DC and AD is parallel to BC. Same way, in the other figure, QP is parallel to SR and QS is parallel to PR. So, we can say that parallelogram is a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. Now, we are going to learn about elements of parallelogram on the next page. Here, you can see parallelogram A, B, C and D. Here, AB and DC, while AD and BC, both these two pairs will be called as opposite sides. Again, I am repeating, side AB and side DC is a pair of opposite side. Similarly, side AD and BC are also another pair of opposite sides. Now, if I talk about angles, then angle A and angle C are called opposite angles. Angle A and angle C are called opposite angles. Similarly, angle D and angle B are called opposite angles. So, here also two pairs of opposite angles will be formed. Now, if I talk about adjacent sides, then side AB is adjacent to BC. Now, adjacent means which is connecting each other. So, here AB and BC are adjacent. Similarly, BC and CD are adjacent. CD and DA are adjacent. DA and AB are adjacent. So, I can say that four pair of adjacent sides will be formed. Now, if I talk about adjacent angles, then adjacent angle A and angle B are adjacent. Similarly, angle B and angle C are adjacent. Angle C and angle D are adjacent. Angle D and angle A are adjacent. So, here also I can see four pairs of adjacent angles. Now, we start with the first property of parallelogram. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So, if I take a parallelogram ABCD, then my AB will be equal to DC. That is my opposite sides. Similarly, AD will be equal to BC. Let us verify. Now, if I draw a diagonal AC, then the parallelogram will get divided into two triangles. First will be AC triangle ACD and triangle ABC. Now, if I draw the angles and give the name 1, 2, 3 and 4, then my angle 1 will be equal to angle 2 as they are alternate angles, as AB is parallel to DC. Similarly, angle 4 will be equal to angle 3 as they both also are alternate angles, as AD is parallel to BC. Now this AC, diagonal AC is a common side for both the triangles. So I can write like that. So my triangle ACD will be congruent to triangle ABC according to the angle side angle congruence, which already you have done in previous class. Therefore, I can write that AB is equal to CD and AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC by CPCT. Now this CPCT, full form of CPCT is corresponding parts of congruent triangles, which already you have done in 7th standard. So I can say that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Property 2. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. That is, angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. Let us verify this property. Now if you take the parallelogram ABCD and draw diagonal AC, then it will get divided into two triangles. So this triangle ACD is congruent to triangle ABC by a angle side angle congruence. So from that we can say that angle B is equal to angle D by CPCT. So angle 1 is equal to angle 2, angle 3 is equal to angle 4, that is because they are alternate angles. So I can say that angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 4, which shows that angle 1 plus angle 3 is angle C, angle 2 plus angle 4 is A. So I can say that angle C is equal to angle A, which shows that the opposite angles are equal. Property 3. Adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Now if I take the parallelogram PQRS, then my property shows that adjacent angle, that is SPQ and PQR, the sum of two angles is 180 degree, that shows that it is supplementary. Now let us verify. Now according to the property 2 of the parallelogram, that opposite angles are equal. So I can say that SRQ and SPQ both are opposite angles, so they are equal. Similarly, PQR and PSR both are opposite angles, so I can say that they are equal. But the sum of the interior angle or four angles, if I add, my sum is going to be 360 if I add them all. But the two angles are opposite angles are same, so I can write 2 times angle SPQ plus angle PQR is equal to 360, which will give me SPQ plus PQR is equal to 180, which shows that if I add two adjacent angles, I will get total of 180, which shows that the two angles are supplementary. Similarly, I can prove for the remaining 3 pairs of adjacent angles that they are also supplementary. Property 4. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Let us verify. Now if you take the parallelogram PQRS with diagonal PR and QS, then you can say that PQ is parallel to SR and PS is parallel to RQ. Now if you observe the triangle POQ and ROS, angle 4 and angle 3 are alternate angles. Similarly, angle 1 and angle 2 are also alternate angles. And PQ and RS are opposite sides of the parallelogram. So I can say that triangle POQ and ROS are congruent to each other by angle side angle congruence. So I can say that PO is equal to RO and QO is equal to SO by CPCT. Thus, it is proved that the diagonals bisect each other. After completing the properties of parallelogram, all of you can do these activities which are given in your textbook according to the instructions given. Now we start with exercise 3.3. Our first question is, given a parallelogram ABCD, complete each statement along with the definition or property used. Now there is one parallelogram given named ABCD. Our first blank is AD is equal to dash. Now my AD is this part, so its opposite side will be BC. As in parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So I can write for AD is equal to BC. My second blank is angle DCB. Now this is my angle DCB. Now opposite to this angle, I'll get angle DAB. These two are the opposite angles, and according to the property of parallelogram, the opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. So I can write angle DCB is equal to angle DAB. My third blank is OC is equal to, now OC is this part, so OC is going to be equal to OA, as diagonal bisect each other. So I can say that diagonals of these two parts are equal, so I can write OC is equal to OA. My fourth blank, measure angle DAB, this angle, plus measure angle CDA, that is this angle, is equal to dash. So it is going to be 180 degree. Why it is 180 degree? Because if you observe, these two angles are adjacent to each other, and according to the property of parallelogram, adjacent angles are supplementary. So I can write here 180 degree. Question number 2. Consider the following parallelograms. Find the values of the unknown x, y, z. First figure. If you observe here, angle B is opposite to angle D. So if this is 100 degree, y is also going to be 100 degree, as they are opposite angles according to the property of parallelogram. Now, angle y and angle x, both are adjacent angles. So my y is 100 and x plus 100 I can write 180 degree. So x I will get 80 degree. Similarly, x and z both are the opposite angles. So according to the property of parallelogram of opposite angles, both will be equal. So my x and z both are going to be 80 degree. Now we come to the second figure. If you observe the second figure, in that my one angle is given to me, that is 50 degree. Now this 50 and x both are adjacent angles. So I can write 50 plus x is equal to 180 degree, and I can find the value of x, that is 130. Now this x and y both are opposite angles, so they will be equal. So I can write x is equal to y is equal to 130. Now this x and z both are corresponding angles, so again they are equal. So I can write x is equal to z is equal to 130 degree. Sum 3. Now you can observe in this figure, my x is vertically opposite angle, so I can write x is equal to 90 degree. Then my x, y and 30 degree, they are forming a triangle. So according to the angle sum property, I can write x plus y plus 30 is equal to 180. If I put the value of x 90 degree, then for y I will get 180 minus 120, that is 60 degree. Now my y and z both are also alternate angles, so I can write y is equal to z is equal to 60 degree. Now we come to our fourth figure. Now if you observe in your fourth figure, z and 80 degree both are corresponding angles, so I can write z is equal to 80 degree. Now my z and y both are alternate angles, so they are equal, so I can write z is equal to y is equal to 80 degree. And my x and y both are forming adjacent angles, so they are supplementary, so I can write x plus y is equal to 180 degree. So if I put the value of y, I'll get x plus 80 is equal to 180, which will give me x is equal to 100. Figure number 5. Now in this figure, 112 and y both are opposite angles, so I can write y is equal to 112 as they are equal. Then x, y and 40, they are forming a triangle. So according to the angle sum property, I can write x plus y plus 40 is equal to 180. And now if I put the value of y 112, then x I am going to get 28. Then x and z both are also alternate interior angles, so they both are equal. So I can write x is equal to z is equal to 28. Question number 3. Can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if the given conditions are there? First, angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Now here you can see I have drawn a quadrilateral ABCD. Now if I take angle D plus angle B 180, is it possible? So I can say yes. A quadrilateral ABCD can be a parallelogram if angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. But it should also fulfill some conditions, which are the sum of the adjacent angles should be 180 and the opposite angles should be equal. Now part 2. AB is equal to DZ is equal to 8 centimeter. Now my AB is 8 centimeter and DC is 8 centimeter. AD is 4 centimeter and BC is 4.4. Now these two opposite sides are equal, but these two opposite sides are not equal. AD is not equal to BC, so I cannot say that it can form a parallelogram. Now my third condition, angle A. My angle A is 70 degree and my angle C is 65 degree. So for this condition also it cannot be a parallelogram, because opposite angles of the parallelogram should be equal. Now we are going to end today's session. Tomorrow we will continue with question number 4 of exercise 3.3. All of you copy points before starting with exercise 3.3 attached in your PDF.